Now, look at paragraph 18. You are supposed to appear in court on the 29th of August, 2024. Paragraph 18.
Yes, my lord.
Can you tell the court where you are on the 29th of August, 2024?
I was at Mpeketoni and the body enclave, those areas of Kuluko, my lord.
Okay. On the 3rd of September 2024, did you send a representative to court?
Yes, my lord.
Who did you send?
My representative, my legal, Mr. Otiende, my lord.
Okay. And where were you on the 3rd of September 2024?
On that very day, my lord, I was still on those borders of Kenya-Somalia border at Ishakani and Boni Enclave.
Okay. Let's go to paragraph 21. Where were you on the 4th of September 2024?
On this particular day, my lord, I was en route to the northern Kenya, part of Kenya, my lord.
Then you are supposed to attend court on the 5th of September 2024. That's paragraph 22. Where were you on the 5th of September 2024?
On this particular date, my lord, I was in Mandera, that is northeastern region, and I had also sent my director legal, Mr. Otiende, to represent me, my lord.
Now, on the 9th of September, you are supposed to be in court personally. Can you tell this court where you are? Paragraph 24.
My lord, still on this date, I was still in northeastern and particularly in Wajir. On this date, I was still in and Compton, my lord. In Wajir, those areas of Huluko, Korparar, and Compton, my lord.
Huluko?
Huluko, Korparar, Compton, Korparar.
Huluko, and where else?
And Karsa.
That is paragraph 24.
My lord, may I proceed?
I just wanted to see those areas. You said paragraph 24 of the affidavit.
We're referring to paragraph 24 and 25.
Those areas are not mentioned.
Yes. Yes, but he was meant to be in court, my lord.
Wait, he is on oath anyway.
Yes, he's on oath and he was meant. Yes. Yes, but he was meant to be in court, my lord.
Wait, he is on oath anyway.
Yes, he's on oath and he was meant to be in court.
So the last area is Huluko, Korofan, and where else?
Karsa, my lord. Those are FOBs, the forward operating bases for the officers in the northeastern, my lord.
All right. Okay.
Then you were sentenced on the 13th of September, when you were meant on the 13th of September 2024.
On that very day, my lord, I was still on my way now downwards because from Wajir we had to come back to those sides of Karisa And in Karisa, we had to traverse to those forward operating phases of our officers, like in Wilmerer and Papi, my lord.
Now, was your failure to come to court deliberate or a deliberate act of lack of respect for the court?
My lord, it was not a deliberate failure because I had also requested my assistant to come and represent me and the legal officer to do the same, my lord.
Now, this petition relates to missing persons who are petitioner and four: Bob Njagi, Jamil Longton, and Aslam Longton.
Yes, my lord.
Aslam Longton.
Yes, my lord.
Have they been in police custody at all?
My lord, they have not been in police custody. And I just learned this morning from Honorable Harvey that they've been found, my lord.
So you learned from who that they've been found?
From President retired Emeritus LSK Harvey. From the Emeritus LSK President Harvey.
My lord, he said honorable. I don't want that.
So, sorry, just a minute. I just want to capture what you're saying. You learned that those people have been what?
I learned that those people have been found from Harvey.
Have been what?
I learned that those people have been found from Harvey, my lord.
Okay, or this morning.
This morning.
All right, thank you.
And how did you learn? Where did he say?
He said it before this court, my lord.
Okay. Did he describe the condition in which they are?
I did not get it clear, my lord.
Okay. So now that we are here.
Just a minute, Mr. Miller, because now that is coming from him, what he has heard from Mr. Harvey.
Yes.
Mr. Harvey, is that factual, what you told the court? Is it factual?
My lord, I will cross-examine.
I just wanted, yes, let me find out, because you said it in your submissions. So I just wanted also to find out whether it is factual.
Yes, it's.
All right.
The report was made by the president of the North Side.
All right, thank you. I think that's
It will
enough.
alarm everybody that the president of the North Side opinion knows that these people are at least.
All right. All right, proceed.
My lord, perhaps you can also tell the court the condition in which they were.
No. Miller, proceed.
Now that we are in this situation, what would you like to tell the court?
My lord, I want to thank you for the opportunity you accorded me to stand before you. Before I say anything, my lord, I would like to apologize to the lordship and the judiciary for the events that have transpired, leading to the orders of this court. My lord, I respect you, and all our gods hold the rule of law. As a police officer, It is my duty to enforce court orders and ensure that court orders are obeyed. I pray, my Lord, accept my apology, vacates conviction and sentence. So I pray, my Lord.
Okay.
That's all, my Lord.
From the respondent side, would any one of you have any question for the Inspector General?
My Lord, I was asked to hold Mr. Kiara's place.
Mr. Bitter, do you have any questions for him?
No, I just want to bring that.
So, Mr. Bitter,
I'm holding Mr. Kiara's place for the fifth respect.
this is a courtroom. We would want everybody to be satisfied with these proceedings. From the respondent side, does any one of you have any question for the Inspector General?
I'm already satisfied, I think.
All right.
I think there is any questions.
But Mr.
We are satisfied.
Thank you so much. So, Mr. Kitonga Murugara. Solicitor General, Mr. Shantak. Now, Mr. Nelson Abbey, you have strictly 15 minutes, which you must utilize well.
My Lord, I will take less than 5.
My court assistant will keep time.
These 3 Kenyans, Bob, Shene Jackie, Jamil Longton, and Aslan Longton. Do you know them?
I don't know them, my Lord.
When did you come to hear?
I heard of them when it was reported at Kitengela, and the signal was circulated by the OCS to all OCS in Kenya of the missing person, my Lord.
How long ago was that?
The date you've mentioned, my Lord.
Pardon?
The date you've just mentioned, my Lord. The date you've mentioned, my Lord.
Pardon?
The date you've just mentioned, my Lord. That was on the 19th August, my Lord.
19th of August.
Yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord.
Between 19th of August and today, how many days are those?
Around 1 month, my Lord.
Around 1 month. What efforts, if any, have been made by the National Police Service to trace this thing?
My Lord, immediately it was reported, the signal was sent throughout the country to all OCS. The investigation is on. Just we appealed to the public also to assist us on where they could be found, my Lord.
Do you have any report, preliminary or final, so far as those investigations are concerned? Do you have any report, preliminary or final, so far as those investigations are concerned?
Come again, my Lord.
Do you have any report, preliminary or final, so far as the investigations are concerned?
What I know, my Lord, is that the investigation is still on and they've not been found as this morning when I was coming to this court, my Lord.
When did you wake up this morning?
Wow, a bit early, my Lord. It was at 0.
Okay. So when did you set off to come to this court?
My Lord, I came to this court very early because I was supposed to start at 9, and by 8 I was here, my Lord.
No, Masengeli. I can speak in Kikuyu if you want. My question is, where did you set off to come?
Set off from where, my Lord?
Wherever you are.
At 0800, I set off from my office, headed to Milimani Courts, my Lord.
By then, have you received the briefings insofar as these three are concerned?
My Lord, I received the briefings that they had not yet been found. That was the brief that I had received, because there was no new brief that I had gotten from the legal. But if there has been, from here, I will go and confirm from our police stations if any has been made a report, my Lord.
So, if that be the case, it is your confirmation that you have not.
My Lord, we did not have them in our custody, my Lord.
But listen, don't answer the question, answer my question. There was an order directed at you to question, answer my question. There was an order directed at you to produce these three. So have you complied with the order? You can say yes or no, and if you say no, then you explain why you're not. You, please, get out of that place. My Lord, this gentleman, the short gentleman, is giving a tall gentleman answers.
My Lord, I was standing next to him, and nothing of that sort of happened.
You know, they have taken us through a charade. We will not despise this nonsense. My Lord, I request that these people move away from the witness. Miller can remain, but these individuals can move away from the witness.
Yes, I do. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be brief. I want to ask the last question. Mr. Masengeli, look at the court, listen to my question and give the answer. There was an order directed at you to produce these three in court. You're aware of that order?
Am I aware, my Lord?
Have you produced these three in court?
I've not, my Lord, because...
It's okay. You have not produced them in court.
Yes, my Lord.
Why?
I don't have them, my Lord. And they are not within the police cells, my Lord.
That's a sufficient answer. Thank you so much, Mr. Gilbert. That's all from me.
Sawa.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my Lord.
I have very few questions for you. When you took office, did you swear to protect the rule of law?
Yes, my Lord.
Do you think you're above the law?
No, my Lord.
Do you think your conduct allows you to continue holding public office?
Yes, my Lord.
The conduct of not obeying the rule of law allows you to hold office.
Here I am, my Lord. I have obeyed.
That is it for you. Silence.
My Lord, I only have two questions from the witness. My name is Emmanuel Jose. Yes. Mr. Masengeli,
Yes, my Lord.
do you find it difficult that the day you chose to come to court today is the same day that the three petitioners have been found? Do you find it disturbing as an acting inspector general, a former acting inspector general, and currently a deputy inspector general?
My Lord, that is subject to investigation, as police officers, we will have to go further and investigate. Also have
My question was very rhetorical. You look at the coincidence between the day you've chosen. I'm saying you've chosen because we have had 8 instances before here, which you chose not to come. Do you find it disturbing that the day you chose to come to court, it's the same day the 3 petitioners were found early in the morning? Do you find it
My Lord, I don't find it disturbing because to me, up to now, I'm not aware whether they've been found.
You've answered my question. My second question, Mr. Masengeli, you have apologized to the court for not honoring those 7 summons. Is that an admission of guilt from your part?
My Lord, that's not an admission of guilt, but I explained myself, my Lord.
Why did you apologize? If truthfully, your affidavit, the one you have supplied to the court, if whatever you have sworn and presented to the court is true, why are you apologizing for doing the right thing?
Because, my Lord, I was supposed to be here in person.
You're supposed to be here in person.
And here I am, my Lord.
Your apologies to you being here in person, not to your conduct of disobedience. It's straightforward.
My apology is to pray that the Lord of this court accepts the apology that I had just made, vacate the conviction and the sentence. So I prayed to my Lord.
To say that you've confirmed to this court that you're guilty and the court convicted you because of that apology and the sentence?
No, my Lord.
Lastly, my last question is on the orders. From the time this petition was filed by the Law Society of Kenya, at what point did you see the first order of this court? Or come across the first order summoning?
My Lord,
My Lord, why don't we tell you? We are against this. We are allegedly using courtly language. It's a research account. But look, they're all combined. Tell the witness answers.
Unless we agree that they are adopting their strategy. That's correct, man. Listen, we agree that they are adopting their strategy. Unless they are showing the witness.
To do it, not in a
You know, my Lord, you're opening a big door for them. Huh? Just be firm.
No,
Let the advocate you did it.
the 9th of August.
29th of August. 29th of August.
There are 5 people helping him to do.
Where are the court
So
orders?
the date might not
Can you
be.
get those for me?
You're 25. Why are you negotiating?
Yeah, get them out. Leave Mr. Miller only. Those are the directions of the court.
My Lord, I appear with the Steve Ogola.
Or Mr. Dogo Gola can.
Yes. And I also appear with the Juma.
He's a legal
I don't want here. We only have Mr. Gola
He's my legal officer.
the man. Would you please let
My Lord, that's a legal officer.
Yeah.
And you've been getting on the first order. I appreciate that. There's no big deal.
Let's have you.
The protection is not good.
That's okay. Yes, let the other officer stand there. Next to let the officer stand there. Yes. Mr. The officer, you can stand there so that you can shoot the head.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ogola and Mr. Miller, you are free now to direct your client to whatever portion of the
Thank you, my lord.
To answer the question, my lord, it was on 29th of August 2024, my lord.
29th of August.
2024, my lord.
Was held when this direction was being given, so that I don't think it's my land for this.
You said it was on 29th of August.
Yes, my lord.
That was the first time you knew that there was an order summoning you to court.
Yes, my lord.
Were you aware of the second order? It's a yes or no.
My lord, I've put it in my
No.
affidavit.
That is why I'm asking you that question. Were you aware of the second order? You can say yes or no. This is a
Yes, my lord.
You're aware of the third order?
Yes, my lord.
You're aware of the fourth order? So yes or no?
Yes, my lord.
You're aware of the fifth order?
My lord, I think you need to clarify them in terms of dates.
The orders, listing them in there. I'm saving them time.
My lord, it is not too sure of the dates of the orders. Let him just abandon that line of
My
questioning.
lord, the witness has already answered. I don't think Malani Senior is doing the right thing by countermanding the answer from the ground. You had the benefit of having all the 8 orders on your desk. Will I be right if I say that, Mr. Masengeli?
No, my lord.
So if you didn't have the benefit, how did you find yourself in court today?
Because, my lord, I got the conviction and the last orders that I appear in person, my lord.
So are you trying to tell the court that you are only aware of the first order and the conviction and sentence? Is that your position?
No, my lord.
I know that's all for me.
How many minutes away?
About 7 minutes.
Okay, you have
Also, we have included that we don't need to remember everything. The court knows that. And so it doesn't need to prove a point.
My court assistant tells me that that confusion has only 23 minutes. So you are 3 minutes.
It's fine. Very well. Proceed. Looking at your affidavit.
Your name, thank you.
My name is Abubakar. Mr. Masengeli, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my lord.
You didn't mention the areas you are during the orders were issued, but you mentioned you were in Lamu County. Which other county?
Northeastern, my lord.
Northeastern region.
And Eastern, my lord.
Northeastern, yeah.
Northeastern, Eastern, and the Coast Province on Coast Region, my lord. Those 3 regions.
Very well. From the evidence, where do we see that you are indeed there?
I filed in my affidavit, my lord, and there are signals attached on the same, my lord.
The directors to one, that where are you now?
I said on oath.
Please, directors. In the affidavit. Mr. Masengeli in Lamu. Mr. Masengeli in Northeastern.
Purging of such sin is made through the expression of sincere remorse coupled with doing the penance required. In the case of guilt, purging means to get himself cleared of guilt. The concept of purgatory was evolved from the word purge, which is a state of suffering after this life, in which those souls who depart this life with their deadly sins are purified and rendered fit where nothing defiled enters. End of quote. The court even went further to observe that merely serving a sentence for contempt of court may not be enough to vindicate the authority of the courts, and that the best result would be what the contemnor demonstrates genuine remorse and seeks the court's pardon. That was a major consideration that this court took into account when it opted for a coercive order as opposed to a punitive order, as the intention of the court was not to punish Mr. Masengeli for the sake of it, but to ensure that the sentence the sentence restores the dignity and the authority of this court. And the court intended to punish Mr. Masengeli right away, it would have not included the purge order as part of the sentence. The Indian Supreme Court, emphasizing on the need to have a sentence that meets the object or the aim of the court, held as follows. Purging process would not be treated as completed merely by contemnor undergoing a penalty imposed on him unless he has obeyed the order of the court or he has undone the wrong. Next step is to seek pardon from the court concerned on the ground that he really had genuinely repented and that he has resolved not to commit any such act in the future. The apology tendered should impress the court to be genuine and sincere. If the court is being impressed in its genuineness, accepts the apology, then it could be said that the contemnor has purged himself of guilt. The question thus becomes, having listened to Mr. Masengeli, is the court satisfied that he is sincerely and genuinely apologetic about the circumstances that led to his conviction and sentence for contempt of court? In explanation, to exonerate himself, Mr. Masengeli stated on oath, giving an account in which he explained why he could not personally attend court on the 26th of August 2024, 29th of August 2024, 3rd of September 2024, 5th of September 2024, and 9th September 2024, including the date of his sentence on the 13th of September 2024. He gave reasons that he was torn between national security duties and his obligation to attend court. He did not, however, explain why he could not commit to attend court on the day he had actually indicated he would attend, that is on 9th of September 2024. He was cross-examined by advocates for the petitioners, and my observation is that his answers appeared genuine. He was calm and polite. To crown it all, he pleaded with the court, stating that if he had been wrong or made an error of judgment in prioritizing other exigencies of duty over the court summons, he sought forgiveness and mercy from the court. He stated as follows, and I quote, "I want to apologize to this court and the judiciary for the events that transpired leading to orders of contempt of court. I respect you and the good work you do to uphold the law. As a police officer, it is my duty to enforce court orders and ensure court orders are obeyed. I pray the court accepts my apology, vacates the conviction and sentence. I so pray." End of quote. This court is convinced that Mr. Masengeli regrets and is genuinely remorseful for the situation he finds himself in. It is not the intention of this court to punish a genuinely repentant man who has acknowledged his mistakes and offered an apology. His conduct today has restored the dignity of the court and the due administration of justice by attending court and explaining the difficulties that caused him not to comply and offering an apology for any of errors of judgment he might have made. His undertaking to always obey and enforce the orders of the court came out strongly. The court is fully satisfied that the purging process has been infused in his mind, or in the mind of the contemner, Mr. Masengeli, the obligation to respect and uphold the rule of law and the due administration of justice. The supremacy of the law has equally been vindicated. To this end, I must arrive to the determination that Mr. Masengeli, through this purging process, has purged his guilt for the contempt of court, and thus both the conviction and sentence passed are set aside. I must, however, not end this deliberation without speaking on the need for all to respect and uphold the independence of the judiciary. It is a judiciary that guarantees adherence to the rule of law. Every Kenyan who means well for this country must fight for the independence of the judiciary so that judges can be allowed to make decisions based purely on law and the facts without the fear of reprisals, interference, pressure or threats, whether direct or indirect. That is the cornerstone of democracy. It should be known to all that the independence of the judiciary is not for the judges per se, but for the benefit of the public at large. It leaves judges with the discretion to make fair and even-handed decisions meant to uphold the rule of law. Judges must never and will never hold. Judges will always hold government organs to account for adherence to the Constitution and the law, and it is the primary duty of the state to ensure judicial independence is protected. I am happy to note from the LSK that the 3 Kenyans, the subject of this petition, have been found. Having said so, and considering everything else, I am making my decision to recuse myself from the further proceedings of this case for personal reasons. I will thus be directing that this file be placed before the presiding judge for allocation to another judge. That's all.
My Lord, to state that we're very grateful for your patience and for having given us the opportunity to bring the contemnor to this court. We're grateful to note that the conviction and the sentence have been set aside. And on behalf of Mr. Masengeli, we wish to thank this court. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
My Lord, on behalf of the Honorable Attorney General, we want to most sincerely appreciate and thank you for the magnanimous sympathies you have expressed. You have actually appealed to the contemner. More so, my Lord, setting aside the conviction and the sentence, and therefore allowing Mr. Masengeli, who has served in this country with distinction in his career as a police officer, who has risen through the ranks to the level where he's now in charge as the DIG in charge of police administration, and who I am sure from the mercies that we have extended will be able to continue serving this country, will be able to ensure that the borders of this country are secure, and that the rest of us who are also been given this responsibility to serve in our various capacities would serve without any fear that we are under any threat. Suffice it to say, my Lord, that the aspects of insecurity in terms of their shababs and the rest are kept at bay by very committed officers led by Honorable, by the DIG Masengeli, DIG Regard, and now the Inspector General, Mr. Kanji. We therefore, in a very special way, want to thank you, my Lord, and we would continue to uphold the rule of law. We would forever continue to ensure that court orders are not met in vain. Court orders are complied with, and indeed, that would enhance the independence of all the independent institutions. We thank you, and we thank all of the audience, my Lord. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, my Lord. Mr. Manwa. My Lord, we appreciate the decision of this court. We have also taken note of your closing remarks that you've recused yourself from the petition hearing. My Lord, we had done an application for empanelment over 3-judge bench. The same is dated the 17th of September 2024. My Lord, so that we avoid back and forth appearing before